The concept of play is much bigger than one might expect. You can play a sport, you can play a game, or you can simply play with your pen in class. I'm going to talk about some of the various aspects of play that are discussed in Miguel Sicart's Play Matters from the Playful Thinking series. There will be video game footage in the background as I talk, with important terms popping up on the screen. First off, Sicart believes that play is a portable tool for being, which means that play is a part of everyday life and not tied to the methods of play. Everywhere we look, from our local schools to an office cubicle, play can be seen. Play can be healthy and beneficial for work if done correctly. However, it can also be malignant. Some types of play can be addictive or destructive and can distract you from the more important matters. You need to find the right balance between work and play in each of the settings that make up your life. An obvious example of play is provided through the many different sports. With this type of play comes the concept of the laws of the game. In football, for example, there are rules in place to protect players and prevent serious injuries. A player cannot hit another player with the crown of their helmet, which is basically just the top. Breaking this rule causes a serious penalty for that player and the player's team. Laws of the game create a structured environment for all players of the game. Context is an important factor when thinking about the laws or rules of the game. Backyard football has different rules than professional football. The context is comprised of players and the environment where the play takes place. For backyard football, players are participating in a more simple form of the sport. A game without rules has no structure and will fall to chaos, and when rules are broken, play is interrupted or possibly stopped altogether. Another important part is the tool for play. Obviously, you can play with a ball, therefore it is a tool for play. Basically, anything you can use to play is a tool for play, from a fidget spinner to a board game. This also includes much more advanced tools like smartphones and computers. Smartphones have almost limitless potential for play. Along the same lines introduces video games. Video games are a much more complex tool for play and exist just for that purpose. Through video games, many people are able to express themselves or be who they want to be. Sometimes even when the real world won't let you. For example, someone who is handicapped can do almost anything they could dream inside a video game. This is extended with the introduction of VR, or virtual reality. So next, Sicart writes about how play has Apollonian and Dionysian tendencies, and how these tendencies determine how players play a game. This is basically the tension between good and evil, or order and disorder. Apollonian tendencies are to follow the rules of the game strictly, and to be peaceful and have order. An example given by Sicart is when building with Legos. You build basically anything, but we're going to go with a nice tower. In this section of the video, I build a nice and simple house in Minecraft according to the Apollonian tendencies. Dionysian tendencies, on the other hand, are the opposite. These tendencies are to bend the rules of the game and cause chaos. The example given by Sicart is after you have built your Lego tower, you just knock it down for the satisfaction of seeing it scatter. Sicart goes on to explain play in two ways. He says, and I quote, "Play is carnivalesque. It finds equilibrium between creation and destruction in the embodied laughter. Play is also appropriative in that it takes over the context in which it exists and cannot be totally predetermined by such context." Now I know there's some pretty big words in there, so I will explain the 2 points in my own words. First, play while balanced between order and chaos provides an escape from the stresses of life. This is what Sicart means with the word carnivalesque. Carnivals create laughter through controlled chaos, and laughter provides freedom. Second, play is determined by the context in which it occurs, so different play styles come with different situations. In the real world, there are many things that don't encourage and even discourage play. It is up to you to find the balance and productive ways to play and remain playful in everyday life.